Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. This is the continuation of the chase rules in Call of Cthulhu. We're looking in the Keeper's Rulebook. This is part 4, Conflict. So without further ado, let's begin reading how conflict is used in the chase rules. The character or vehicle must be on the same location to attack one another unless firearms are involved. Initiating an attack costs 1 movement action. Characters are limited to their usual number of attacks per round. Attacks are resolved as they are in regular combat. A character should always be given the opportunity to respond when challenged, fighting back or dodging, regardless of whether they have any movement actions remaining. Large monsters or creatures might attack a vehicle aiming to inflict damage, or to use a fighting maneuver to push, tip, or even pick up and throw a vehicle. Vehicles may engage in combat using their regular combat rules, substitute drive auto skill for both fighting and dodge skills. Treat the vehicle as a weapon that inflicts 1d10 points of damage per point of build. Each full 10 hit points of damage decreases the vehicle's build by 1 point. Round down. Any remaining damage below 10 points is ignored. Whenever a vehicle is used to inflict damage, it also suffers an amount of damage equal to half of that which it delivers, but never enough to cause it to lose a greater amount of build points than the target which it hit originally possessed. And here's the example text. A car might do 50 5d10 points of damage to a light motorcycle, and thereafter the car would suffer 25 points of damage itself, enough to cause damage of 2 build points. But a light motorcycle only has a build of 1, so damage to the car is limited to 1 build point. If a character is attacked, now we're back to the regular text. If a character is attacked with a vehicle, the character may fight back or dodge. Successful fighting back allows the target character to avoid an attack and simultaneously land one of their own. An investigator's attack on a vehicle is likely to be relatively ineffective. On the other hand, if it's Dark Young that is fighting back against a vehicle, it may be a different story. Now we're looking at using fighting maneuvers in a chase. If a character or vehicle seeks to trip, push, or otherwise cause their opponent to lose control, this can be achieved with a fighting maneuver. A successful fighting maneuver causes the same outcome as failing a skill roll for a hazard. 1d3 movement actions are lost, and if appropriate to the situation, an amount of damage is selected from Table 3, Other Forms of Damage, page 124. For characters, Table 6, Vehicular Collisions, page 147 for vehicles. Alternatively, if a character has a specific goal he or she wishes to set forth for a fighting maneuver, this can be done in the way it would in regular combat. A fighting maneuver can be made against a vehicle to push it off the road or cause a loss of control. The same limitations regarding build apply. If a vehicle challenges another vehicle that is 1 build larger than itself, 1 penalty die is applied to the attack roll. If the target vehicle is 2 build larger, 2 penalty dice are applied. If the vehicle is 3 build points or larger, the maneuver is impossible as the size difference is too great. Here's an example. At the start of the round, Harvey is in the same location as the angry farmer and is trying to climb a fence to escape. Harvey's turn. Harvey fails his climb roll. The keeper does not inflict any negative outcomes. Instead, he decides that the farmer's attack will suffice. Farmer's turn. The farmer lunges at Harvey. In response, Harvey attempts to fight a fighting maneuver to throw the farmer over the fence. planning to run the other way afterwards. Both have build 0, so Harvey does not take any additional penalty dice. The farmer rolls a failure, but Harvey rolls a regular success and hurls the farmer clean over the fence. As a result of the successful fighting maneuver against him, a skill roll must then be made for the farmer as if encountering a hazard. The keeper chooses Dex as the most appropriate attribute to test whether the farmer lands on his feet or his back. The Dex roll is failed. The farmer suffers a minor injury for 1d3 points of damage, and 1d3 of his 1 for the 1d3 for his movement actions are used. The farmer has landed on his back and takes a few moments to get up. This is the end of the farmer's turn. He has used his 2 movement actions for the round, one to initiate the attack and one as part of his cost of fighting maneuver used on him. Then it shows the keeper's map of the chase. Here is another example. A cultist truck driver is using drive auto skill to perform a fighting maneuver, aiming to push Harvey's car off the road. Harvey is trying to avoid the truck, using his drive auto skill in place of dodge. The truck is bigger than Harvey's car, so the cultist takes no penalty dice on the maneuver. Drive auto rolls are made for Harvey and the cultist. The cultist rolls a hard success and Harvey rolls a regular success. The cultist wins. Harvey's car is pushed off the road and the keeper inflicts an automatic minor incident result. See Table 6, Vehicular Collisions, page 147, causing the loss of another point of build as the car rides over the verge and into the ditch. This also costs Harvey 2 out of 1d3 movement actions and 2 out of 1d3 hit points. That's all the examples for the conflicts during it. So to recap, once you're on the same location in the chase, so the same dots on the chase, once you're there, you then can fight. The only exception to this is firearms. It doesn't give you any specific rules for the firearms, considering it's not giving you specific rules for the ranges of the dots, like how much space that represents, since they're more or less supposed to be like key points in the chase area. But you can burn one of your movement points to make regular attacks or maneuver attacks. And if you attack somebody or something, or you're attacked by somebody or something, even if you've used all your movement, you get the options to dodge or fight back normally. So keep that in mind. If you fail, in the combat maneuver, or you're the one that was attacked and you fail, you'll take a D3 points of damage as what has happened affects you. You're given a save though, so as a keeper you'd give a save for this. If they make the save, they don't take that D3 damage. Then you roll another D3, and that's how much movement getting back up before you can resume the chase is burned. So that is the conflict part of the Cthulhu chase rules. The next video in this series is going to be the optional rules to be used in a chase. And by the looks of it, it's going to be a longer one. But I'm sure it'll give us lots of ideas. So until we all game again, guys.